Welcome to a night of total terror.
In 1968, George Romero brought us Night of the Living Dead. It became the classic horror film of its time.
We must not be lulled by the concept that these are our family members or our friends. They are not. They will not respond to such emotion.
Now, George Romero brings us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all time.
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
First came the night, then came the dawn. Now comes the most eagerly awaited day in horror film history.
Welcome back to Thursday of the Dead, episode 157. My name is Jace. This episode is celebrating my upcoming birthday. The thing I bought for myself was a cameo message from Tom Savini. Tom is one of my childhood heroes. He's the reason I got into makeup effects, especially after learning that he did the makeup effects on my favorite movie, Dawn of the Dead. Beyond that, there's a lot to admire about Tom. He's a very good director, which you can see on display in his 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead, and his episode from Tales from the Dark Side. Tom is also an accomplished actor. I have enjoyed his performances in multiple George Romero movies, and his parts in From Dusk Till Dawn and Planet Terror shows he's capable of great work in front of the camera.
Hey Jace, Tom Savini here. I'm in my backyard with some of my friends, namely the Creature. I hear you have a birthday coming up. Well, I am your birthday present, so let me fill up your eyeballs with some horror stuff, because I know you love it. We gotta go through my gym first. But there are monsters in the gym. Well, at least aliens. That's his brother over there. I spent the lockdown back here with my friends. Yeah, I do consider them my friends. Hell, some of them are my children. Like Fluffy here that I sculpted a few years back. I'm 75. I've been collecting for a long, long time. Sometimes I collect my action figures life-size, like the alien over here. And the Predator. That's the entrance to the garage. You can see it's surrounded by famous monsters. Here's some more of the collection. And I even have bodies on the ceiling. That's Wilson. This guy here was in Day of the Dead. This is Greg Nicotero after they skinned him in Disney's Gross Anatomy. This is him beforehand. Okay, what do I know about you? You started doing makeup effects because of your admiration for me. Well, I really appreciate that. And thanks for coming to Cameo and booking this. And listen, if I ever see you at a convention, remind me that we did this, okay?
I only met Tom once, which was decades ago at a Fangoria convention. He was quiet, which threw me off. I shared with him my story about having my copy of Bizarro taken away by my hyper-religious English teacher in high school, which he never returned. Tom shook his head and he said, "I don't think that's legal." I bought some things from his table and we took a photo together. Tom is now 75 and a living legend in the industry. And now on to Dawn of the Dead 3D. My friend Leif Jonker has been working tirelessly on bringing Dawn of the Dead 3D to nationwide cinemas. It ended up going with Regal. And I mean, he's been keeping me in the loop about what he's been working on with it. And I was sworn to secrecy, so I couldn't announce anything until he gave me the go-ahead. And now that it's leaked out, I mean, it literally leaked out, I think last Thursday. So if you go to any Regal Cinema page or in the app, you'll see that there are 4 different nights for screenings at theaters all across the country. I think it's 250 theaters. What was cool about this is that Leif and I really connected because he had shown Dawn of the Dead 3D as part of his Wichita Horror Fest way back when. I think it was like 10 years ago. And so then when it came time for me to show Dawn of the Dead myself, he helped me through the negotiations with New Amsterdam Entertainment. Gave me some good advice too. And it ended up that they only wanted to license Dawn of the Dead 3D, which I've covered in previous episodes. And I was okay with that, except that the Tower Theater, which was where I ended up showing Dawn of the Dead, they don't really do 3D screenings now. So I ended up doing a 2D 40th anniversary screening, which I found out was actually based on the 3D print, which looked incredible. The DCP that I received from New Amsterdam was, I think, a 2K restoration based on that 3D version. It didn't have any of the 3D digital effects in it, but it looked beautiful. So anyway, I've bought 2 tickets for different nights for the Dawn of the Dead 3D. And I mean, I would have bought more, but October is a really busy time for me, especially the end of October, as you can imagine. So one of those nights is Halloween night. And I figured if I don't have anything better going on, I'll go see Dawn of the Dead 3D again. Here's the trailer for Dawn of the Dead 3D. From what I've learned, it's actually going to be showing in 3D attached to the Jaws in 3D screenings that Regal is doing, I think in early September. I have a ticket for that too. I wanted to see Jaws in 3D, and I really want to see the 3D version of this trailer on the big screen before I see the movie itself. Anyway, thanks to Leif for making this happen. There's coverage everywhere now, and if you haven't bought tickets to it now, you probably still have some time, but I would jump on it if I were you.
In 1979, George A. Romero brought us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all time, Dawn of the Dead. Now, an all-new dimension of terror has been added to the ultimate zombie masterpiece. George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead is now in 3D. The original horror classic back on the big screen, uncensored, uncut, in 3D. George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead in 3D.
Shoot it, man. Shoot it in the head.
Get tickets now on the Regal Movies app.